welcome to another segment of Pearced Off, the philosophical segment for the Skepticule Podcast with myself, Jonathan M.S. Pearce. So this week, in connection to the Halloween theme, I am going to speak a little bit about trick-or-treating and whether this is philosophically viable. I'm going to do this in the context of charity mugging, or chugging as it is affectionately called. And this is where you're out on the streets in a public view and you get these charity workers who are standing there sort of jingling their boxes, getting you to sign up for standing orders and direct debits to give money to worthy causes, no doubt. And people feel psychologically blackmailed, emotionally blackmailed to show that they are morally virtuous people by signing up and giving their money to charity. But of course, in the cold light of day with no one watching, would they really actually give their money to that charity? And it's being approached by people and asked directly and not being able to say no for fear of looking to both the chuggers and the general public around them, fear of looking like a miser and being uncharitable and being morally insufficient. And so therefore emotional blackmail is involved in the process of giving to charity. So the argument might be something like this as a syllogism. Emotional blackmail is morally wrong. Giving to charity in these particular charitable cases involves emotional blackmail. Therefore, giving to charity in these particular cases is morally wrong from the point of view of the chugger. So, just a very simple syllogism I've thought of off the top of my head there. Obviously might not be as tight as it could be. So let's apply this to the scenario of Halloween. So we have young children knocking on the door, ringing the doorbells on that cold October night, and scared old people run away, turn their lights off, but most other people generally open the door with a sense of trepidation. The door is opened and they're met with any number of ghoulish faces. So, trick or treat. If I don't give sweets to these poor children, then I may well have some horrible trick played on me. Egg on the windows or something. So I feel obliged to give sweets charitably to these poor, impoverished children. So the idea here is that emotional blackmail comes into play, and I only give these sweets to the children because I am emotionally blackmailed to do so, or in fact not even emotionally blackmailed but actually blackmailed. If I don't, then this will happen. You will have some trick played on you, so therefore I will give you sweets. So if we apply the same syllogism to this scenario, emotional, or in brackets, not emotional because actually it's not necessarily emotional, blackmail is involved in the scenario of trick-or-treating. Blackmail is bad, therefore trick-or-treating is morally bad, or something quite similar to that. So my point to the skeptical panel is that trick-or-treating is a moral abomination and should be banned forthwith. Or is it? See, perhaps in the charity mugging case, that although it does involve emotional blackmail, perhaps the giving of money on those premises provides a net benefit to society. And in fact, it's a smaller evil for a greater good. Perhaps in this way, giving sweets to small children in ghoulish masks provides a net benefit to society. These children go home happy. Halloween is a moment of joy. And all for the small cost of being bribed on your doorstep. I don't know. There are three options here. Option 1. Like chugging may be seen, trick-or-treating is a moral abomination. Option 2. Actually, this is a greater good being provided to society. And so, even though there is some form of blackmail involved in the scenario, it is in fact a net moral good. Or option 3, get over yourself, Jonathan M.S. Pearce. Stop being such a stick in the mud. You are getting worked up over nothing. And that ends the Halloween-themed philosophical romp into trick-or-treating. Agree, disagree, or dismiss. Thank you. I've been Jonathan M.S. Pearce. Please drop by my blog and, as ever, question everything.